Remember that if you would like to support this channel, please consider supporting me on Patreon. All it takes is $1 a month. And now, our feature presentation. The last two parts, or rather the last two chapters, turned out to be a challenge. Thankfully they weren't. Well, they were, but it is time for us to move on to Chapter 10. This is Part 8 of SteamWorld Quest.
Chapter 10. The Misguided Mentor.
This is getting ridiculous. I'm pretty used to rugged terrain. If you ever need a ride, just let me know. No, seriously, how is it this ridiculous? But now we can craft some new cards. Oh, now we get to the good stuff. We have Hot Iron, a nice little attack that can actually be pretty devastating. You know what? I may as well buy it, because I'm going to need it. And this one also deals fire damage. You also have All In, and the more steam gear you have, the higher the damage. You also have Hamstring, which deals physical damage, but now we also have the new ones. This is the new one, Element War, which raises all allies' fire, frost, and storm defenses. And there's also this, the Inferno, deal fall damage and inflicts burn. Oh man, combine that with multiple status inflictions, and you're going to be dealing with insanity. We also get Yojimbo, mark an ally for protection. And we get a new one, the Dagger Toss, and Patch Up. Patch Up actually makes for a good healing skill, so I'm going to keep that. Getting this, combining with Mend, adds a lot of possibilities. I still need to make sure I get my hands on a lot of healing items. Which means I'm going to have to really be careful. I know that after this, in the next part, I'm going to grind for a little while, so that way I can be able to get, like, new gear. But, yeah. Sucks I'm gonna have to waste a lot, but what can you do? Wait, what about if I can upgrade cards? Oh, yes! I can now upgrade this. Yeah, she also has access to Glass Cannon. This one I can actually use. And it's going to take me a long time for me to level, like, get all of my gear maxed out. And I also noticed that some of them actually add, like, some, like, raised damage, bonus damage, as well as raising damage. Some of them have, like a lot of effects. But yeah, time to see this through. And judging by our party, let's change up our decks. As much as I like the Double Edge card, this Double Edge may be useful, but nah. Which means we may not need Fiery Bash. We also have Brave Buster. Ooh, this one will be helpful. Smolder. What to choose? What to choose? This is a tough decision. It really is. But I gotta put this back. Along with this. Gotta patch up. And let's add Doom. Yep, I think this will be a proper combination. Let's see how this will turn out. Now this is a pleasant surprise, neophyte Copernica. This must be your first visit since you left the college. Professor Heapathia! Actually, it is Headmistress Heapathia now. I just love how it rolls off the tongue. Hey! We just bashed through a strange gate, a whole hostile school, and some warped metal plates to get here. All because Copernica found out that you alchemists are in cahoots with the Void Army. I am pleased to see that my favorite student did not lose her sharp mind. Although most of us won't mix with their narrow-minded kind, we are certainly on the same track. In the development of things to come, that is. I don't understand. In all your classes, you always pointed out that alchemy should serve the world, for the good of the people. Among all the absent, wandering minds during my lectures, I could always count on your eagerness and full attention. But how does help in the void benefit our world? Science used for personal power through violence. As you know, I never agreed on your suspension. You were different from the rest. We both were. Hiding our true selves under layers of conservative structures. I've led this school down a new path. They always said it was so open and inclusive for everybody. Ha! The curriculum was buried under so many rules and regulations, all to benefit the creme de la creme. I may have put a lock on the gate, but at the same time, I revived the school's original core of freedom and exploration. Okay, what is the witch saying here? The witch is saying that the world is going to undergo some serious changes. Ever heard of the Necronomicog? Are you kidding? They're now boarding into the Necronomicon? Oh no. Your fox-headed friend sure seems to know what it's about. Just as I have changed this school, there's a great force out there intent on reshaping the world. The Necronomicog bears the power to alter and manipulate life itself. Not only can it influence what already grows, it can also create spirit in impotent matters. This is not just some bedtime story. It's the nocturnal dream of the Alchemic Society. The whereabouts of the Necronomicog have been known. My services have been called upon to assist in awakening it from its slumber. Are you mad? Imagine exploring unlimited power, sending wave after wave of raw, untamed energy through the cosmos. Just thinking about it makes me shiver with anticipation. If this Necronomicog has even half of the powers you describe, how can you even seriously consider using it to manipulate the elements? It seems the structure of this old school still has you in its grasp. How disappointing. Copernica, I am inviting you to be part of the revolution. Just look at you, ripping through my lock with your restrained potential. Shake your fears, take my hand and let me guide you. Through the fire, nature is reborn. I can't. I won't. Our calling is to provide for the good of the many. That's what alchemy is supposed to be about. I won't follow you on this twisted, megalomaniacal path. Labels, labels, labels. If you're so intent on residing in this submissive part, then let this be a rub to remember. This only means one thing. Oh my God, we're gonna be in for heck. For all the good and all the bad. And nuts, all my cards I got are just lame. There's not much else I can do. She has over 11,750 health. And part of me feels that maybe I should have just gotten some better cards, maybe? I could be wrong about that. Finally, now I can actually start making progress. Let's add some status inflictions to cause damage over time. Poison and arcane damage. Yep, that means that every time she attacks, she will constantly suffer damage. Let's add a flinch for good measure. See what I mean? Every time she suffers hit, she'll take not only poison damage, but arcane damage. Which can actually be beneficial. I also need to inflict like multiple status conditions too. And unfortunately, this is where I gotta fight the biggest problem. The stop command. Yeah, basically, what she suffers for is immobilization. Yup, this is time stop. Effects and actions are frozen in time. I'll have to hold on to that. I'll have to set up a chain where I can not only do some added damage, but also bleeding. Oh, that's not good. Yep, now I'm frozen. Nice. Nothing like a patch-up to do this job. Nah, she can also resist fire damage. But what she doesn't realize is that I can also be smart about it. Alright. And plus her barrier. Sorry, but I gotta switch. Oh, nice. This will actually be helpful. Anyway, yeah, immune to physical attacks. You do understand I can just keep on doing damage over time. That's not the best strategy, you know? How about if I did this instead, and then do this? No, his hero's offline. He's offline for like, what, an extra turn? Nuts! Just nuts! Or not, because I may get lucky. And I win! I actually won because of status conditions. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought that would actually work? Yes! Although alternatively, you could just use Copernica and use like magic reflection to send the attacks right back. But using multiple status conditions like poison, bleed, arcane, you name it. More damage means build up over time, which makes for a pretty impressive strategy. Dominated by my own student. But still you leave me disappointed. I'm sorry, Stop saying you're sorry. You beat me. Period. However, your suppressed mind is obviously holding you back, and that makes the affair less spectacular. These are not your true colors, Copernica. All these fears you carry, if you would just let them go! Ding dong, time to sing. The Necronomicog, where is it? Why would I please you, Cherry? You are on the wrong side of history. We're gonna beat the void and find the Necronomicog with or without your help. So you might as well. It is not my style to go down like a yelping dog. I end my story by my own strokes. Adieu, Copernica. Remember me fondly. Wait! That's messed up. Damn it! She followed her conviction to the very last. What was that about? Some midlife crisis? It felt sad. Did she really think that I would? She was... I don't know if it makes you feel any better, but I'm proud of you. She did this to herself. I know. We must find out what's going on and how the Necronomicog fits into all this. The Necronomicog is far more dangerous than the alchemist can possibly imagine. Should it fall into the wrong hands, the fallout would be cataclysmic, not only for the people, but also for the entire biosphere. In fact, its location must already be considerably affected. The resting place of the Necronomicog is a mystery, and without your professor's knowledge on its whereabouts, how will we ever find it? We know where it is. Huh? Impossible! Where we're from, everybody knows about the Necronomicog. It's common knowledge. But even with fading powers, after all this time, the energy of the Necronomicog must have altered its surroundings severely. Well, the wildlife is different than other parts of the country. Different? Like Hillbilly Hot's different? Do I look like I play the banjo? Thanks to ignorant people like Jolly Green Giant here, outsiders started calling it the Cursed City, and sure enough, the name stuck. There's nothing wrong with the locals. They simply didn't fit in anywhere else. Except for the druids. They're shifty as heck. Druids? Never cared much for their methods. Ah, the inclusive alchemy spirit. Yeah, they seem to think they run the place. They spread out and, I don't know, grab as much land they can for their shady business. If what you say is true, then we must waste no time in retrieving the Necronomicog. Perhaps the two of you would be so kind to show the way. Well, we do need to push our latest haul. Alright, follow us and don't slack behind. The growing group of heroes decided to travel to the Cursed City. Let's go! I'll see you beyond the fire, my professor. We obtain Elementary, a 3 gears card that deals 180% strength as both as fire, frost, and storm damage to one foe 3 times. That's powerful. After a bittersweet reunion, our boosted band travel east toward the so-called Cursed City to unearth a corrupted ancient artifact. And thus Act 2 comes to an end. I will see you in Act 3, Chapter 11. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button. It means a lot to me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. Doing it all helps out to my benefit. This journey is far from over. Far from it. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out.